Morning, y'all. My name is Frank. Welcome back to the channel. It's Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning. Hopefully everybody had a good Friday, safe Friday night. So yesterday, yesterday was my mom's birthday. It was a little difficult of a day for me. Um, so I leave the shop and I go to the gym and I get a good workout at the gym and I stay a little bit longer and go a little bit harder, right? And I have my homie, he's a customer of mine too, Eddie. He comes up to me and he was just at the shop earlier in the day, right? He had an appointment for like 6 o'clock. And then I see him at the gym after the shop. And he comes up to me and tells me, Frank, I wanted to say this earlier, but there was, a lot of people in the shop and stuff. He said, I watch your videos. He said, and I thank you for speaking about what you're going through. He said, you have a lot on your plate. He said, I admire you for sharing this, your vulnerability and that made me feel good. Um, so I know there's people that are out there that watch my videos and even the ones me crying. Um, and at one point in my life, I would have been embarrassed by that. Very embarrassed. I would have never, ever, ever put something like that out for the world to see, right? Um, the older I got, the more mature I got, and the wiser I got, I think I started to realize that in our times of pain, in our times of vulnerability, when we look foolish, those are some of the most important times to share what we got going on, right? Because there's somebody else somewhere that's going through the same exact thing. Or there's somebody out there who can use that and say, man, you know what? If he could get on here and cry and share his feelings and, all that, maybe I need to start talking about mine, right? So I got my workout in, right? And thank you, brother. Thank you, Eddie. I appreciate you, man. Um, thank you. He's a man that I look up to also. I see him when I leave the shop throwing the ball with his son, on a regular basis. Um, and that's something that I need to work on with my own children, right? Is taking that time, that one-on-one time, even if it means leaving work and losing a little bit of money. So what? It's just money, right? When I would see him doing that, that would remind me, all right, I need to go and spend some time with Major or Mercy, no matter what it is. Just doing something, right? Just being there, letting them know, yo, your dad's here, right? Um, so I leave and I go to Walmart and I see Rachel. And at first I didn't know if it was her, right? I seen her car, and when I bought her that car, there's very few of them around, right? It's a pretty distinct car, but I still wasn't sure. And where it was parked at, wasn't like in the normal parking lot. So I was like, damn, why is it parked over here? And then the engine was running. And to be honest with you, my first thought was she's probably meeting somebody over here, right? So, and then I was like, all right, well, maybe it's not even her, right? So then, and I was far away. So I grabbed my phone and looked and zoomed in and I seen it was a license plate and I was like, all right, it's her. So I walked over and spoke to her real quick. And she knew yesterday was my mom's birthday. She knew that's a day that, I struggle with sometimes, or it's a day that stands out in the year for me, right? Throughout the day, I was sort of hoping to get like a message from her, just saying, "Hey, it's your mom's birthday. Uh, hope you're doing all right." Something like that. Just simple, nothing pertaining to us. And I didn't, of course. And then when I seen her and I spoke to her, I was like, maybe she'll mention it. Of course not. And I don't know why. I don't know why I keep on expecting like that type of care when it's been years since I've seen that type of care, right? And I was like, in my head, I was like, what the fuck? Why would you even think that, right? And then I asked her, I said, yo, because this is the first time I've seen her out, just like bump into each other. And I said, why would you file for custody? I said, I thought we had an agreement. And then, of course, she flipped it around and said, oh, isn't that what you said you wanted? Isn't that what you said? I said, I guess. And then I was very abruptly reminded that if anything bothers me, it's my fault, right? Very quickly, like that. I was reminded. I said, all right, of course, it's my fault, right? It's my fault that you filed for custody. Yes. And it reminded me very quickly, this is why, you know, this is one of the reasons why we're in the predicament that we are, right? And then I said, well, did you file for divorce? And she said, not yet. And I said, all right. I said, well, please just, you know, I said, can I ask you if that's what you plan to do? Because if so, just let me know so I can prepare myself, right? And I told her, I said, I get it. I said, I get it. This isn't hard for you. This is very hard for me. And then she said, well, I don't know. And I was like, well, what do you mean you don't know? I said, all right, I guess. And then I started to walk away. And I said, I think I was like, please just be honest with me. Like, what's the big deal? I said, please. Um, and she said, yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Right. And I said, well, thank you for being honest. And walked away and, you know, I didn't even go into Walmart. Um, I just got in my car and went home. But the rest of the night was like a good night in a sense, right? Because I finally, even though she said it before, I thought maybe something was going to change, right? When she said it yesterday, I was like, okay, that's the confirmation I need. So be it, right? So be it. Um, and I 100% think it's for the best, right? I think it's for the best. Um, and I'm like, I don't wish her no ill. I wish her nothing but the best. I hope that, whoever she ends up meeting, um, is 10 times better of a person than me. You know, I just hope she's happy in every sense. You know, to be honest, that's all I want for her is to be happy. And I never thought, man, listen, I never thought I would, in a sense, like be this selfless to have my wife, you know, the woman that I love, to be like, well, I hope you're happy, even if it's not with me. I just didn't think that would be, you know, but it made me feel like a failure for my children, right? For my children, it made me feel like a failure. For my children. Mercy the other day said, Dad, you and Mom need to learn how to get along so we could be a family. You know, and she said, Mercy, you know, and I heard that. I was like, what? And I almost thought I messed up, you know. And she said it again. And I was like, oh, man, that shit hurt to hear that. And she said, and Mommy could stop screaming and we could come back home. When she said that, I was like, no, this is the right move, right? This is for the right thing. Um, you know, yeah. So I get the kids tonight. I can't wait. Major's at a wrestling tournament. I'll touch in base with him throughout the day, see how he's doing, give him his little pep talks before the match, in between matches, and then I'll pick them up. I got the Christmas tree ready in the living room. We'll set the Christmas tree up and we'll start our own traditions, right? And this will just be one of many. We'll start, and it'll be awesome. It'll be awesome. Well, I thank you guys. It's time for me to go to work. Got to put my mask on, right? I thank you guys. I hope everybody out there has a blessed day, man. An awesome day. Great weekend. Remember to be kind, loving, and patient. Stay blessed, y'all. Thank you, guys.